Welcome to yet another edition of the Stats and Stacks podcast. For today, we're going over NFL Week 6. Some pretty interesting matchups this week. Don't forget there are some buys. Not that it really matters with it being Pittsburgh and God, who knows? Just terrible, terrible team. So, still a lot of action. Only two teams on bye this week. But in regards to last week, we did all right. But honestly, Tyler came and stole the show. You had some huge winners last week. What were some of the things you did last week?
Yeah, last week was my best week for sure. Outside that showdown slate, I came in here picking winners last week. I took my, I guess, a losing lap when I lost, but when I come in here and win, I'm gonna tell you I won because I do the same thing for losing. So, I mean, last week I locked. I said the lock of the year was the Bears, and they absolutely crushed. Was really close on showdown on taking it down again. I had the optimal lineup. The only thing I had is the only thing mistake I made is DJ Moore captain over Justin Fields cost me a lot of cheese.
That hurts.
Yeah, it does hurt, but I'm close. I'm close again. Like I said, that showdown last week. It's all about game theory. You pick how you think the game is going to go, and you build your lineups accordingly. And you can fade half the field, and sometimes that's going to kill you. When like on Sunday night last week, when George Kittle catches 3 touchdowns, if you don't have him as your captain, you're dead. I had one good George Kittle lineup as a captain, but wasn't enough to get me to the winner's circle. I mean, obviously, cash, but we're looking for the takedown. But and also, my props last week, my boy Ja'Marr Chase finally came through. He absolutely freaking smashed. I don't know if you saw his post, but he posted a picture of 7-Eleven and said he's always open. So my boy Ja'Marr Chase smashed. I hit him on the first touchdown score. I've been where I've been really doing well. Weirdly is I've been hitting these anytime touchdown bets. I had a plus 900 with David Montgomery, Bijan Robinson, whose touchdown was sick, by the way. I mean, the guy is legit. And then Ja'Marr Chase hit that. So I bet my Bengals crushed like I thought they would. Joe Burrow came out in them Air Force One cleats, and he's a whole new player. Have you seen those? They're sick.
It worked better than the haircut. The haircut didn't work. Maybe it's
I don't like the hair. I'm with you. I don't like the hair. I don't just buzz it off, man. Yeah, but no, I picked a lot of winners last week. The only bad thing was DFS. I played Anthony Richardson due to his ceiling. He gets hurt. I had a Danny Dimes with I trusted your boy Darren Waller, who's looking like he ain't gonna play this week. And I stacked him with Daniel Jones in a lineup. That didn't work out. But my Joe Burrow and my Joe Burrow, Ja'Marr Chase lineups really did well. And I'm getting close there too. So really good week last week. And let's carry it into this week. I think I haven't done too much of a deep dive, but I like how we can talk together and find us some winners here. And I like what I see so far.
Yeah, no, so we'll go ahead and we'll jump right into it. And honestly, I'm going to let you take the first one since Showdown just seems to be your go-to. You are single-handedly carrying the Showdown slate. So, I mean, tomorrow night we got Denver plus 4 tight as they should be. We got the Chiefs at minus 550. Over under sitting at 47.5, which playing Denver's D, the Chiefs can do that themselves, but they'll be without Kelsey. Is that scaring you at all with any of these lines? Is it forcing?
Kelsey's expected to play.
Is he going to play?
He is I just saw a report he's expected to play.
Yeah. From him or from like a reporter? Because
from a reporter. It was on Underdog. I don't. Yeah. Okay. That guy, I don't know what they shoot that guy up with. He could have a torn ACL and he'd be out. Because they got something weird going on with him. But yeah, I'll fact check myself, but I saw that he is expected to play. So
I've looked at nothing today, so I believe you. So I mean, is that Well, that definitely makes me feel a lot better with honestly with everything. So, I mean, what are you leaning for Thursday night there?
Honestly, and um, I'm a broken record. It's probably my worst long-standing take. Is I just obviously I don't think the Broncos are going to win the game, but I just don't see it with the Chiefs. They honestly get so much help for like I've never seen in my life. And it may sound like oh tired of the Chiefs winning. There was a play last week. Did you see the Kelsey play where like literally caught it or didn't maintain possession or anything, caught it and the defender like rolled up and it was basically an interception and they're like, no, he's down. And like I thought Kevin O'Connell was going to lose his mind.
Yeah,
They've just gotten so much benefit from the referees. I mean, for the last few years, it's unbelievable. And I was talking to one of my buddies, and I've just who doesn't really watch the NFL but knows football, and he said he's never seen anything like it either. So I mean, it's kind of crazy how the NFL caters to them, but um, the Broncos, they are a total disaster. But what I like about them, I'll probably take the points with Denver. Just short week. Travis Kelsey's banged up, so I'll probably take the points with Denver. And I'm a Chiefs hater, I guess you could say. I just don't think they have weapons, and from the DFS showdown side, I think you got to target the Broncos. Like Russ, Sutton, Judy, especially if you think they're going to be playing from behind, and they probably will be. And with them, you know where the ball's going. With
yeah.
KC, there's no telling where that ball is going. It could be Sky Moore, it could be MVS, it could be Justin Ross, Justin Watson. The only sure thing is Travis Kelsey, but you pay the price tag with him. So, um, yeah, I lean the Broncos on the spread. I'm going to be very heavy on the Broncos side for DFS because Russ actually stat wise, if you look at his game log, he's not been that bad. Like game log, I mean stat wise. He's really not. But their defense is
Which is weird. Their defense is good. Why is it so like they have?
I don't know. Why do you think it's good? Do
I
you think
just
it's
like
good
Patrick
because they have
Surtain, that
Patrick
needs to go.
Surtain? That's literally why you think. I was looking at their defensive like roster, and they're not like they have Patrick Surtain, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. What they traded,
And
they cut whatchamacallit, Gregory. Yeah, they don't really have much going on there.
yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. I was actually looking at like I said, their defense. I I don't know any of their dudes. I mean, outside of Justin Simmons and Patrick Surtain, I mean, their defensive line. I think your son could play for them. I mean, they're. I don't know why you think they're good, but they're horrible. On that point, I did see something come up today. I don't know. I didn't fact check it, but just assumed it to be true. It said that Patrick Mahomes has never faced the last ranked defense in his career,
Oh Jesus!
and the Denver Broncos are the last ranked defense in the NFL. So
Of course, it's going to be skewed from the Miami game, so they're going to be the worst in every. They're going to be the worst in everything.
They do it every week. The Jets put up 20 points on them, and the Jets can't score against high school teams. I saw like a whole highlight reel of Zach Wilson missing wide open people. Like, have they? I'm serious. Have Broncos given up like the least amount of points that they have given up? Sorry, I said 21, but they gave up 31 to the Jets. The least amount of points they have given up the entire year was week 1 to the Raiders, 17. And every other game has been over 30.
Sam Howell,
every other game.
Pro Bowler.
Why do you think they're good? They're horrid.
Dude, Pat's the man. I can't wait till he's in a Buffalo jersey.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be there. He's like tanking himself. He's like, cut me, please, get me out of here. Yeah, that's. I mean, I for some reason I'm going to take them because I hate the Chiefs. I just their line is always inflated, but they should crush. But I think Denver. I think Denver can score. So
There's no, I'm on the same side. It's too many points, and even the 10.5, like that half point could be a difference too. So I was thinking the exact same thing. And in regards to like showdown, I did hear a lot of Rasheed Rice talk for some strange reason this week. Like you said, you never know who it's going to be, but if you're looking for a cheap option, I'm definitely looking his way. Next game, we have these goddamn London games.
On that, real quick, Rasheed Rice ain't cheap.
Is he not? What's he looking like?
I don't think he's. I mean, they're
I have
all
not
like
checked the numbers for that at all.
I think the cheapest one. No, yeah, Rasheed Rice is not cheap. He's 6,400.
Really?
Yeah, he is like no, absolutely.
Why are people on him? Why is his price so high?
I don't like. He's priced up with Javonte Williams, Jaleel McLaughlin, Cortland Sutton.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not playing Rasheed Rice.
Javonte's back this week, isn't he?
What's that? Yeah. So I'm gonna fade. I'm gonna target for anyone playing. Target Broncos, Russ, Judy, Sutton. I think that's because they're gonna get volume.
I know Mims is explosive, but he ran 12 routes or something ridiculous.
Yeah, but the thing with Showdown is like if you're playing multiple lineups in Showdown, all it takes is one. I mean, literally, and then you're optimal. So that's the difference between Showdown and Main Slate is may not do it for Main Slate, but Showdown, all it takes is one to the house and you're optimal, especially at that cost saving. So wouldn't fade them completely, but you're not obvious. But you're playing to win it all. You're not, not cash games.
So that's true. All right, next one we got I don't even remember. Yeah, super early game here with the Titans versus the Ravens. Other thing with these early London games, like no one wants at least make them entertaining. No one wants to get up and watch Baltimore and Tennessee. Who wants to watch Tennessee Titan football at 9:30 in the morning? I don't know what they're doing.
Well, I actually heard a take on that. The only thing I've listened to so far it was just a brief clip. It was like someone was like, "I'm glad they put them there." So I don't. It's like I don't have to wake up and watch these two teams go at it. Like I can sleep in a little longer. Like if you put like an entertaining team there, you're compelled to get up and watch them. But like if it's these two teams, like if I oversleep it, I'm not really missing anything.
That's on paper, yes, but if there's an NFL game on, I'm gonna make myself. I can't help it. So in theory, that is correct. But if you're a degenerate, you're gonna be up. If it was the fucking Jets versus Broncos, like I'd be up watching it. So we got and we're gonna just go with the spreads instead of these money lines. Screw the money lines. It's a 4.5 point spread, with Baltimore being the favorite. I mean, technically, it's not a home game for either team. So I mean, this is kind of a weird one, honestly. Neither one of these teams are impressive. Both these teams will probably end up winning their division. Both. I don't know.
No, Titans ain't winning no division.
You don't think they can win that? You think that?
Absolutely not. The Jaguars will win the division. No, if you want to, the Titans are in last.
Dude. So were the Jags around this time last year. I think
the Titans aren't good. Look at the roster.
No one in that division is good. They're bad.
Jacksonville is not bad. They have, and weirdly enough, as weird as it's going to sound, Houston ain't bad.
Houston's down bad.
Houston, you were a year early on Houston. You tried to pick on Houston last year. Yeah. You were just a year early.
If they could figure out how to stop the run, they would win this division. Those damn Texans and their run defense. Jesus Christ.
They weren't too bad last week.
It's yeah, well, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I really don't care about this game at all. If I don't really want to lay points, but it's a sheer dogger pass. I don't like anything. I don't like anyone. I don't like anything DFS wise. I don't like betting this game.
Oh, luckily it's not. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why glad it's buried. It's not on the main slate. You don't have to worry about it. If you want to play showdown, you play showdown. But it doesn't affect your main slate. And so
any strong leans on this, I'm just going to take whoever the dog is and call it a day.
I'm with you. Dog or pass, no strong leans. It's probably going to be a really ugly game. The Ravens are not good. They're probably as fraudulent as any other team in the league.
There's a lot of them. The Ravens, the Eagles, the Chiefs, I think they're all not as good as they should be for what I mean, they still have good records, but they're not what they
Ravens just don't have any. Like, look at their talent. They just don't have talent. I mean, outside. I felt bad. I did feel bad for Lamar last week. He had like 3 dudes on 3 different possessions drop touchdowns.
Bateman. Bateman dropped like 2 of those.
Yes, Aguilar dropped one as well. Yeah. So I mean, they just don't have dudes. So I mean,
I did feel bad for Lamar. Then he fumbled and threw a pick the last 2. Last 2 possessions. So.
And I don't. So Dogger pass with you. We can move on to the next.
All right. 49ers Browns. This line is moving, which makes me feel like it makes me feel like Deshaun is up to no good here. Mr. Guaranteed Money realized he played the 49ers this week and was like, you know what? I think I have about 7 days worth of injury in the shoulder. I think I should be good to go against the Colts. 49ers, not so much, because this line did move today as he didn't practice again. Line is just sitting at 7, which is still short to me. I'm going to take the Niners here. And in regards to who I'm starting, I think Debo's still hurt, so I don't really want any Debo in DFS, but I will take, obviously, CMC, eat the chalk. He's insane. It's a guaranteed touchdown. And Ayuk has been oddly consistent all year. Ayuk is crushing it. So I like both of those options. If you want to start Kittle, have at it, but I'm not really I don't like to spend up on tight end. Cleveland, I'm staying away from absolutely everybody. What are you thinking?
Yeah, probably mistake on my part, but I'm with you on the Niners. You know, lay the points, especially if Watson doesn't play. If Watson plays, it's a whole different story. Because I think they can. I think it's a trap spot for the defense at least. But I think if Deshaun's not out there, their defense will probably be put in a bunch of tough spots. But Browns coming off the bye. 49ers coming off a high on the Sunday night win where they just absolutely laid it on the Cowboys, which I expected. I thought Dallas, I think I said that last week. I think that they just are way better than Dallas. And it may not be a stretch to say that the 49ers could be the best team in the league.
That's a certainty.
Yeah, I mean they are so good, and they do everything. I watched a couple different things where they threw just like a simple screen pass, and I was like, that was actually a perfect screen. Like every player on that field did exactly what they were supposed to do. None of them were out of sync. They're just such a well-oiled machine. They're good. Brock Purdy may be a real quarterback. I mean, he really maybe half the battle with quarterback is sometimes these guys have to like fake some sort of confidence for like the first while, but I think he's really got the confidence now, and that's half the battle. I mean, and he's got weapons around him, and his ball play. I mean, I've seen him make some crazy throws. I think the 49ers. I went to go see what their line was to win the Super Bowl, and I saw that they were the favorite.
Should be justifiable.
Yeah, they should be. Yeah. So I'm with you. 49ers, especially if Watson doesn't play, but DFS, I'm probably not going to play anyone from this game. I'm not paying $9,500 for McCaffrey. I like some of the top wide receivers, like my boy Ja'Marr Chase. So that's where my money's going to go.
Well, we'll get there. We got one in the middle here. We got these damn Carolina Panthers. Oh my God. Did you see the spread for this?
Is it 14?
13 and a half. Against the Miami Dolphins. Over under at 48 and a half. I'll be honest with you. I said it as a joke before with the Chiefs and Broncos. I think the Dolphins really do genuinely cover the spread by themselves. Like the 48 is just a cake. It's in Miami. Like these poor Panthers. They're gonna
They just don't care. They'll run it up. They're the team that will they run it up. They really do not care.
They can't. I mean, our boy, the GOAT, Devon Achane, is going to be out for quite some time. It doesn't matter. Mostert's going to go crazy.
Mostert's a lock.
Hill's going to go crazy. Waddle's going to go crazy. Start them all. Tua. you start every single Dolphin. You multiple stacks. I might have I do have a few Mostert and Hill stacks like with Tua. It's all over the place. So obviously everything there. My question is, are you riding the hot hand with Adam Thielen? Because this technically isn't a bad matchup for him.
No, he's got the elevated price point, and I think it may have been on the show. I talked about it last week. I drafted a ton of Adam Thielen in best ball. Um, I thought I was drafting him for like the low, like a nice little floor that he would give me when my other pieces let me down. But the guy is like my top receiver every week.
Going crazy.
And now I think obviously I think he'll cool down, but he is a nice little safety valve. I think they raised his price a little. I think they're going to start getting this Mingo involved. I think they do want to see what Mingo has, and he came back last week, played an increased snap count. I think he had 5 catches or something. I think they're going to see what they have in this Mingo, and I think they're going to pepper. So I really do. I love Mingo this week, especially in like a trailing script. I think you could even play, like, as weird as it sounds, just because of how bad they're going to lose. You could play Bryce Young. They're gonna throw all game long. Yeah, I mean, and especially I think we talked pre-show, like Miles Sanders may not play, and if you get a running back that can catch the ball and get 15 touches for 4,300 with Chuba Hubbard, you take it. I love this game DFS wise. I think it's the nuts. And I think I'm not alone in saying that. I think it's the highest total on the board. So not a surprise. I think Mostert's a lock, like I said. I don't see how he doesn't crush unless this is me jinxing him right now, unless he goes limping off the field. He's got a history with that. But they just win. Like, I was watching them last week. They just win at the line of scrimmage. And like, these backs don't even get touched until they're 10 yards down the field. So, I mean, Mostert don't even have to be good. They're just winning in the trenches. They're winning everywhere. And sad thing is, I think all of it covers up that Tua actually does suck. He makes some really bad throws, and I don't like Tua, but McDaniel is like a genius out there, and he's got 2 of the best receivers to do it in the game today. And yeah, they're tough right now. So I'll lay the 14, I guess, with Miami. It's weird. I don't know if I've ever said that in an NFL game.
They're going to do it.
But, yeah.
Love this game. Reminds me a lot of like DK Metcalf coming out. I think he might have gone to Ole Miss too. Maybe that's why my head is going that way. But he's not like the most crisp route runner. He's just physical as all hell, and it kind of like reminds me a lot of it. He could be a bust. He could be terrible because he's not a great route runner. But this dude is just an athlete. He's
talking about my boy Mingo.
Yeah.
He's my call of the week. He's going to get in the box this week.
I have a lot of Mingo, and you want to talk about best ball. That was one of my top drafted guys. He was going to. I loved Mingo coming out. I wanted the Bills to draft him so badly.
He's gonna crush this week. I think he's like 3-6 or something like that. You're gonna like. He's a great salary saver. Like,
I like your idea of a whole bunch of Panthers. I think Bryce Young is a stretch. But
I'm not saying. Clearly, I like the Dolphins side more. But like the salary say like. They're going to be it wouldn't be shocking if the Dolphins, like, I would not bat an eye if they put up another 70 points. And in this Bryce Young last week against Detroit, who got crushed. I mean, he went for 20.
Yeah.
And he's 5K.
Yeah. I get it. It's bold, but I get it.
It's a script. I'm not like, I think he sucks. I think he's a horrible quarterback. But it's just the situation that he's in, and I
finishing as the number 3 overall garbage time. Baby, got to get it done.
Yeah, I did think it was funny though. All the reports coming out about how the coaching staff wanted Stroud, but the owner wouldn't let him draft him, and he said, "No, you guys are going to draft this guy." And remember, I don't know if you saw it, but the video at the Ohio State Pro Day where Josh McCown, the Panthers quarterback coach, was like, he's like, "We'll play hoops when you're living in Charlotte." like they wanted him bad. Oh. And then the owner was like, "You guys are taking Bryce Young."
Ammo, baby.
Yeah. I don't know if I could ever. I mean, I could, because it's a lot of money, but I would hate playing for like a hands-on owner like that who forces me into players. not good. But yeah,
Well, we'll give you one that you really know about. I know you're itching to get to it. We got the Bengals as favorites, -3 against the Seahawks in Cincinnati. Over on there sitting at just an even 45. I'll let you take over with your squad. What are you thinking?
Chase week again. The guy, I mean, he's just so good. And the Seahawks have really struggled against receivers. They have really struggled. I mean, obviously, they have the talented corner Witherspoon, who's okay. But if Joe, like I said last week, this team truly depends on number nine's health. If number nine is healthy, and he looked as best as he did all year last year, they will go. But if that calf acts up, which could happen any minute, deal's off. So I love Chase again. His prop is super high, reasonably so. I like Joe Mixon again, just from the floor that he gives you. I think he got the job done last week. I mean, didn't do anything crazy, but got 14 DK points. You take 14 for a low 6Ks. I mean, it's not. He's just so involved. He got 29 touches. He doesn't like he sucks. He has no explosion left, but 29 touches is insane. And he's the goal line back. They throw it to him. He's got a super safe floor just because of how much he plays. A lot of the running back situations, you're kind of guessing at who's going to be out there. Joe's going to be out there. So like him on the other side, I like Kenneth Walker. I like DK Metcalf. I love this game for DFS. I think it's a great DFS game. And I do love I took the Bengals as soon as they dropped the line at 3. So I do think they win, but it's no strong conviction. They could easily go out here and lose the game. So isn't Seattle coming off a bye?
Yeah. And Gino got hurt that last game.
Yeah, I think he's fine, but it is something to monitor. I think the Bengals win, and they need it going into because if they can go into the bye 3-3, they'll be fine.
So, I mean, I'm with you on some. I had a question for you. Firstly, what are your thoughts on Trent Irwin? Because I have an Irwin loop.
My buddy, our boy Ricky, was over here on Sunday watching the game. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. They were I was actually texting someone about that. They target him like he's freaking Randy Moss whenever T. Higgins is not out. Whenever T, like they did it last year in Pittsburgh. I think it's when he caught like 2 or 3 touchdowns. Every time T. Higgins is out, they freaking love Trenton Irwin. So I think you can play Trenton Irwin for sure. I think I'm not even kidding. Like he had 10 targets last week, and that's
Boyd?
not unreasonable. What's that?
Would you take him over Boyd?
How much is Boyd? I mean, obviously I like Boyd more as a player, but Joe freaking loves. I think Boyd is safer, but they freaking love this Irwin, and he's 13. He's 3,300. Like if you played our boys Mingo and Irwin, what would your team look like? You could have everyone. You could have CMC. You could have you could do a Joe Burrow double stack Chase and Irwin. Yeah, but I don't know if you saw the game last week, but they did this like flea flicker and to Irwin, and it went right through his hands, and I'm like, why are they freaking throwing this Whitey out there, like running down? I'm like, what is he going? He's like Joe Dirt out there.
Yeah, we had Cole Beasley in Buffalo for a while, man. He's your Beasley.
Oh yeah, I don't understand it, but I was cracking up laughing. I was loving it out there. But funny enough, that's a serious question. You can play him with T. Higgins. I'm not saying he comes with any safety because he's liable to not catch a ball. But 10 targets, you can't ignore that.
And I mean, I'm with you. So I'm with you with Irwin. I'm with you with Chase. I, for some strange reason, still don't feel good about Joe, even though he crushed it last week. I would have won my fantasy lineup in one of my leagues if I started Joe, and I sat him for Stafford, which it's not like a terrible substitution, but I lost by 4 points, so I should have just trusted Joe. But I'm probably probably going to sit him again. Probably not going to do it.
that. Don't do that. It's a great
no.
matchup. It's
Well,
a great matchup.
Stafford this week is they have
Arizona.
yeah, I'm gonna play Stafford. But the craziness is the reason I say that is because I'm fine with Irwin, I'm fine with Chase. I am actually 100% off Mixon. He has to get in the box for him to, and this is not an indictment on Mixon at all. I think Seattle's run D is sneaky good this year. You can pass on them.
He doesn't, but that Joe Ketchum, he gets like 6 to 7 targets a game. He's such a safe floor. And I think he sucks. Like, I think he's totally washed, like, as a player. But his what other running back are you on the slate? Other than Christian McCaffrey, is going to touch it 30 times?
I just don't know what he's going to do with dude. Seattle has been sneaky good against running backs. Like everyone is averaging 50 yards. Like no matter what, everyone gets 50. And they've played some bad running backs. Like they played Breida. Like I understand that, but they also played like unstoppable David Montgomery. They played unstoppable Kyren Williams. Every single person, 50 yards. Like it's weird.
You just said Kyren Williams and David freaking Montgomery. I mean, Joe Mixon's right there with him. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, no.
It's just odd. They all got 50 yards, like every single one of them. So I don't know.
I'm not playing him for like he's such a safe floor. You're not playing him to win. Like you're playing him as a hey, I know this guy can go out there and get me 14 points.
If he scores. I think if he doesn't score.
He'll get 5 off of just catches alone.
I think he's going to get like 6 points if he doesn't score. I am off Mixon completely.
Can we do like a gentleman's bet or something about Joe Mixon over under 10?
How many yards?
What?
What do you
I'm
want
not
to
doing yards. Points.
What do you think?
Over under 10.
That's one score. He can get in the box. I feel like it's contingent on 10 points, huh?
10.
What'd you say he did last week? 14?
Mm-hmm.
I bet he does worse than last week. We'll figure out a bet, but I am completely off Mixon. I think he does less than 14. He's gonna do worse than last week, but I don't know. We'll see. It's also scared to place that bet against someone who knows the Bengals as well as you do.
I'm like literally telling you he sucks, but he's such a good floor play. He's such a good floor.
All right. Well, speaking of people that aren't very good, we got the Minnesota Vikings going up against the Chicago Bears. This is disgusting. Vikings without Justin Jefferson, still 2.5-point road favorites. The
Bears are a lock.
Yeah. I was definitely staring at them the whole time. You are utterly convinced. I like them. I'm choosing the Bears.
They're a lock.
I love home dogs. Like I love home dogs.
They're a lock.
Why? I agree they win. Why are you putting them in lock status? What is your thoughts here?
The guy behind center. He's awesome.
Oh no.
He's freaking awesome. I mean, he's there, man. Like he's hit his stride. He's playing such good football right now. Like his last 2 games, he's been totally nuke. The freaking Vikings suck with Jefferson. Now that they don't have him now, what are they going to do?
They got KJ Osborne, bro.
Beefy. And speaking of shockingly, I do think like the Vikings will have to run a little bit more. I
don't do it.
No, I'm saying the opposite. I think I saw something. The Bears have been sneaky good against the run. And I think obviously in DFS you can play Kirk. I think you can play Addison. I think you can play Osborne. I think you can play Hawkinson because and maybe this Powell may score. I'm not going to play them, but they're very condensed. I love them in terms of like, hey, you know where the ball's going. I think the Bears, long week, right?
Yeah.
Played Thursday last week. Played Thursday, home dogs. You're taking the Vikings out of their dome, their friendly dome, taking them into Chicago. Starting to get colder around here. I mean, freaking DJ Moore is unbelievable. That guy, and he may shove off on half of his routes, but he doesn't get caught.
He's always neither is Hop. Yeah, he has a little Hopkins in him where he always extends and they never call it.
Yeah, I just think, and I'm interested to see what they do. I don't think Roshan Johnson practiced today. Could be Donta Foreman season.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say that we actually go head to head in the only league that matters to us. And you picked up Roshan and I picked up Deontay earlier.
Roshan's been a season long member of my team.
Oh, has he really?
Or well, I've had him at least for a few weeks. I love that guy, but yeah, I didn't just pick him up, but yeah.
Yeah. So I picked up Deontay thinking he's actually the move. And I mean, I know he was a healthy scratch last week, but I think part of it was you're not going to send that guy out on special teams. So if you have Herbert and Roshan, why are you even suiting up? So yeah, I do think it's Deontay week. He's relatively cheap. I think he was like 4,300 or something like that when I checked earlier. So yeah, I think that's a great play. I love TJ Hawkinson this week. I love saving on tight ends, but I always have like a conviction on one tight end that's expensive that no one's looking at. And last week it was Waller. This week the expensive one is TJ. I think TJ is going
to look at him. He's going to be owned.
He's going to be really high.
Yeah, I think he is, and I don't like the price, man. That price, 6,600. That's like Travis Kelce range. He should smash. I think speaking of floor plays, that guy gives you a floor. That guy is going to get you 10 regardless.
I would be shocked if he doesn't see 10, at least 10 targets.
But you need more. You need more than that at his price and his position to get you there. You need 20 from him.
And it's not like the Bears have some sort of crazy vaunted defense. Like they're
no. Yeah. No, they're
Is Addison going to get free, or is this going to be strictly? I don't know how Kirk is going to react without JJ. Like he's going to be lost out there. He doesn't know who else to look at. He just stares at JJ the entire time. I think it's going to be another one of these garbage time ordeals where the Bears kind of jump out early. He just starts peppering. Yeah, he starts peppering TJ, and I think that's going to be about it. They'll get some garbage time scores at the end. I don't know.
I would be very overweight on Fields.
Okay.
That's not a surprise to anybody. I freaking love that guy. I mean, he has a feeling that no one else has in fantasy outside of like Mahomes. Like no one has his ceiling. If he runs, I mean, it's game out. I mean, he's back-to-back 30 burgers.
AR-15 has that ceiling, but he can't stay goddamn healthy to save his life.
Yeah, that's too soon, but yeah.
I mean, speaking of which, his team is playing the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. But it's not going to be him. It's +4 because we got Minshew Mania, baby. Yeah, over-under sitting at 45.5. I don't know. I'm not touching that over-under. In regards to a pick, as much as I hate Jacksonville, and I don't think they're that great, I think they probably win this game. But I will have a lot of exposure of Josh Downs this week. Gardner loves the slot. And Josh Downs, the weeks with Gardner compared to the weeks without Gardner are night and day. Josh Downs I'm not going to use it to get at least probably 8 targets. He's pretty low price the last time I checked. Everyone's going to be all over probably like Zach Moss. People are going to die in. I don't know if people are going to be with that or if they're going to be with Jonathan Taylor. I did not check any ownership this week. But I know Josh Downs is cheap, and I know no one is even thinking about him. I love him this week. Jacksonville side, I said I was going to die on a hill with Ridley, and so far he's 2 good games, 3 bad. So I don't really know what's going on with him. ETN will crush. I think
you got to look at it. This Evan Ingram. He hasn't gotten in the box yet, but he's cheap, and he's so consistent. He's an integral part to their offense. He's a safe piece. I like him a lot.
Yeah, is that what do you have any strong? I feel like Jacksonville's gonna win, and I feel like they're gonna have production. I can't pinpoint where it's coming from this week.
Yeah, they're a weird team in terms of like they're so condensed, but yet it's hard to pick because of their prices. Because like you have to get it right.
They're
And it
taking
could be
turns.
Kirk, it could be Ridley, it could be Ingram, it could be and that's it's a small little group, but you do kind of have to get it right. So I probably won't be very. I think if I play any of them, just from like a position standpoint, it'll be ETN or Ingram. I'll probably be off Ridley. Didn't these teams just play? Like I feel like they just played.
Jags just played the Texans.
No, I meant like haven't they already played this year?
Uh,
I
I'm
feel
not
like
sure.
wait, yeah, they did. They played in Indy because that's I
Was it
texted you
week
the
one?
first week when Ripley was in the end zone within like 3 minutes of the season starting.
Oh, well, that's not good.
He he
That's the one where Ridley went nuclear week
he
one.
went totally nuclear against
Oh
them.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Uh, well, we know where it's gonna go now. That's why you talk it out and you say it out loud. Because Ridley, what did he do week one? He went.
8 for 101.
Oh, how many scores? Just one.
Just one. 11 targets.
Oh, what a pussy.
Yeah, he sucks.
All right, what's the next one here? We're looking at the Saints. These damn Texans are gonna lose me so much money because I love the Texans and they're always dogs. They always have a chance. They're another, but they keep hanging these plus 110s, plus 105, plus 100. And I see that plus sign and I have to click it, and I'm probably gonna fucking click it again. The spread's only one, but Houston's a home dog. I just said I love home dogs. I love Houston. I'm gonna bet them again. I can't help it.
Isn't Tank Dell in protocol?
It doesn't matter.
Who are they? Are they going to throw it to our boy Bobby Trees?
No, Nico, baby. Nico's insane. Nico,
I did see something about our boy Nico that was like, is not that it has any relevance to it, but it said he has nuked on even weeks like week 2 he went for 30, week 4 he went for 38, and his odds 14, 5, and 6, and it's an even week.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I honestly genuinely don't remember. Does Lattimore doesn't he doesn't
I
shoot.
don't think he should be playing anyone from this game unless it's Alvin Kamara. I just
Oh, Kamara's gonna go crazy.
actually I say that and then I come in with a play. You know, Michael Thomas is talk about a floor. That guy, he's going to get in the box eventually, but the guy's got 39 targets through 5 games, and his low on the season is 9, and he's 49.
Their pass defense isn't bad this year, right? Isn't it sneaky good?
Who?
Or is it one of those their run defense is so bad you just keep running off them? It's like you're not really bad.
I don't know why. Like I watched them last week. Ritter torched them, and they couldn't get anything going on there.
Interesting. I swear on my life their run defense was not.
Ritter freaking sucks, and he tore him up.
Yeah, but Ritter at home is a different animal. Ritter at home can't be stopped.
Okay.
Ritter turns into he's like Pat Mahomes who when he's at home. So I don't know. But so you're not feeling any. I agree. Kamara is going to be in probably 100% of my lineups. Outside of that, you don't like anything else here. What are you doing with Olave?
I like Michael Thomas. I do. I just think he's a good cost saver. I think there's a lot of cheap receiver plays that you can play. So I may be talking to myself into our boy CMC.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with that.
Yeah.
You literally.
It's just paying the price. It's really just the price. But I'm not going to bet this game because I don't have any strong conviction either way. But probably limit it to Kamara and Thomas DFS wise, and that'll be it. No strong lean on over under. It's about right.
Just bet the Texans. Can't go wrong with that. Washington Commanders plus 2.5. These fraudulent Atlanta Falcons that just keep winning for some reason. Minus 2.5. Wow. Over under at 42.5. I can't remember. I remember the comeback. Did the Packers beat the Falcons or lose to the Falcons? They're in so many close games. I can't keep track of.
They came back against the Falcons and won.
Okay, so and then the
Or
Falcons.
no, the Falcons won against them. I remembered it the other way.
Yeah, I keep doing that too. These Falcons and their comebacks, I'm getting very confused. But this game is at home in Atlanta. Is this which Desmond Ritter is showing up? Can you trust these Commanders against hometown Desmond Ritter?
My boy, it's Kyle Pitts week, baby. He crushed last week. He absolutely smashed his price tag last week. He went 7 for 87 for $3K.
And you think he's going to do it back-to-back weeks?
He's getting in the box this week. He's a lock.
This is a serious podcast. You're telling people to put money on anytime touchdown scorer Kyle Pitts.
And I don't even have to look at the line because I already know what it is. Plus 225. It's the first thing I looked for this week.
This is the grossest thing you've ever said on this.
He's 3,500.
I said Alex Pierce was scoring twice last week.
Oh, that was horrible.
Worse.
That was horrible. I'm going to come out and own you with Kyle Pitts next week.
In my defense, it was all because of Richardson, and then he got
He
hurt.
didn't do anything. Richardson played a half, and he didn't do anything.
He only catches 3 balls a game. Just 2 of them were going to be touched. He didn't get a chance.
And I'm so dumb, I trailed you on it. I'm feeling confident playing him. I'm like, oh, Beefy's got some conviction in this guy. And in one of the sites I listened to, they're like, oh, yeah, we love Josh Downs. And then I'm here with Alec Pierce at literally 0.34 ownership. And I'm like, I'm going to own the world with this guy.
He was ready.
He was not ready.
He screwed you, but yeah. So Kyle Pitts, huh? That's
our guy. That's my guy this week. You pick a tight end in the cheap range like him, and we'll do a head to head. I'll take Pitts.
What about Thomas in the same matchup?
Kyle Pitts. Thomas already
Thomas.
Yeah, he's done. He already had his moment. He crushed. He almost did win me a showdown, so I do like him.
1 week. He had a concussion the 1 week. That's not his fault.
No, I'm saying he did good last week. He's done.
He's been consistent. He's like the Evan Ingram of the national.
They. Let's see. Oh, and they're the same price, same exact price. Logan. What's that?
I like Logan. Give me Logan.
We need to write these. We need to go back and write these out. Yeah, give me Kyle Pitts for sure. This Logan Thomas has. Logan over. He has smashed. Oh God! All right, and Kyle Pitts, baby.
Okay. Well, when he gets in the box, you're guaranteed. But actually, quick question for you: is it time? And this predominantly season long. Is it time to just cut ties with Jahan Dotson?
Yeah, I never started my ties. So, I mean, if you had them, you can cut them.
People were high on him, and I just realized he was still sitting at the end of my bench for quite some time, and I just realized it's not going to happen. He just stares.
You can probably play him this week, actually. I won't be, but you could probably. They're just a weird offense. I don't like their offense. So, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Well, he'll have a spark week where he'll own you, and you'll think he's back, and he'll get the people excited. But if he beats me, he beats me.
Well, if you're looking for an exciting offense, we have the New England Patriots +3.
What was your official pick there? You didn't say your.
I'll ride with you with the Commanders. I don't feel great about it. I don't know if I want to bet.
I'm switching. I'm going to Kyle Pitts, baby, in the Falcons. I'm turning right back around. I was on the Commandos. I call them the Commandos now. And Kyle Pitts is going to crush Bijan's going to crush. The Falcons are going to crush.
Every time the NFL starts talking about theories like the Ravens haven't lost a preseason game for 5 years, or they have never lost as a dog, like all these weird theories NFL comes up with, they always lose the very next one. And the NFL talked about Desmond Ridder never lost a game at home. So I think it's time for it to happen. This is just what happened. So I'll take the Commanders, but I don't feel good about it at all. I also, again, I don't feel good about the Patriots or the Raiders. This game absolutely sucks. Want no part of any of it. I don't hate the
This is the game. This is the game. Remember last year? Was it last year or 2 years ago?
With what?
The crazy ending.
When Chandler Jones like grabbed
when the Patriots were trying to lateral and they threw it right to Chandler Jones and he takes it to the house. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was definitely last year. That was God. It's gross. Devontae is not 100%. Jacoby Myers has also been oddly consistent. So I do like Jacoby. I don't know what his price is looking like. I don't know when DFS is going to catch on to that. But whatever he is, I doubt he's going to be out of my price range. So I do like Jacoby, and that's about it. Jacobs is trash this year. I've told everyone for 3 years now that Mac Jones is one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. I've tried to tell the world. No one's listening. Everyone's seeing.
Everyone. Mac Jones has sucked from the moment he.
That's what
all these Alabama quarterbacks, they go in there with the best talent around them in the world, and then people expect them to be awesome, and they're not.
They're trash.
And what do you mean Josh Jacobs has sucked? He started to really come on with it.
I was going to say on the ground. He's doing it all through the air. So I
don't know. All productivity is not created equal. Oh, he always gets. I mean, Garoppolo is like king check down.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, talk about floor. That guy gives you a floor. Because, I mean, what's his targets? Let's see.
A lot.
5'11", 5'6" the past 4 weeks.
A lot.
Yeah.
But is he interesting? Actually, I don't know. I just feel weird.
He's going to get you 15 every week, but you do need more than that at 7K. But
that's what I was going to say. What was the price? That's why I couldn't think of.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can crush, but and he's going to be your goal line back. He's one of them guys. It's like that's why I'm trying to tell you with like Mixon. Half the league has these 2 running back situations, even like Bijan and Algier. Like it's a split workload. Jacobs is the only one that does not like Jacobs, Mixon, CMC. I mean, they're all split workloads except for those few guys. So I don't think you can ever rule out the single backs.
Okay. I feel that. As gross as it is, I get it. I'm with you there. I'll recant my previous statement, but I still fucking love Jacoby Myers. I think
you're gonna ship with Joe Mixon this week, is what you're gonna do. You're gonna turn right back around. I'll say I'm on Joe Mixon, and you're gonna ship with him.
I promise you, I will have 0 Joe Mixon because I'm trying to win money this week. So
I can't wait till you ship with him. You just got to create one, so you have that one chance to ship with him.
Speaking of ships, we got the New York Jets who are looking to ship Zach Wilson on out of there, going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, I mentioned them earlier. I think the Eagles are frauds, but I think they win this game. -7.
Why do you think they're frauds?
They just don't look right. Something looks off with them. I can't really put my finger on it.
They're freaking awesome.
I know their secondary is pretty banged up. Maybe that's part of it, what I'm looking at. But I just feel like they are, you know what they remind me of? Now, this is going to be a terrible comparison, but the Chiefs last year, they didn't cover one spread last year. Wasn't it something crazy? Like, they did not cover one.
Probably. I mean, they're heavy favorites in all their games. So, I mean, yeah.
But they always play to the level of their competition. Like, whether they're playing the Bengals, the Bills, or they're playing the Commanders or Raiders, the Chiefs are always going to play to the level of their competition. I feel like the Eagles are doing the same. They're always going to win because they're the better team, but I feel like they should have a lot more blowouts than what they're having. They're just kind of letting the other team hang around a lot. So it's not really an indictment on them. It's just like they're good and they're disinterested and they're not looking right. But I think part of it is because they They know they're better. Everyone's had games of like pickup basketball where you have the stacked team and you go down 4 and you're not worried. Like that's just kind of the feeling I'm getting from the Eagles. But again, they're playing the Jets, so they're going to do it again. They're going to win. I'm scared of the 7 because of what they've been doing recently. Like they didn't even beat the Patriots by 7. But I don't know. You got to take them. I'm never going to bet on Zach Wilson. But I'm kind of scared fantasy wise. I like Swift. He's going to continue to do.
You don't like Swift, you're a freaking idiot.
I like
that
Swift.
guy. That guy continues to. He's crushed the last 4 weeks, and he's going to continue to do so.
Yes, I love Swift. But the receivers here, I'm not as scared of the Jets as everyone else is. But I think this is more of a Devontae Smith game over an AJ Brown game.
It is.
Jets are physical. Sure. They can be just as physical with AJ. So I think Devontae's a crisper route runner, and he's going to get him.
But you wouldn't be shocked if AJ went totally nuts. Like you can't like any week that AJ Brown he's one of them guys like your top receivers that he averages like 110 yards receiving a game. I mean, he's a freaking stud. And so is Devonta Smith. I think Devonta Smith week for sure. Last week was Dallas Goedert week.
We just said he did nothing all year, and then he went berserk.
It's a Philly. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he does that. Like he'll have those guys where he just peppers them, and so I think I'm with you, especially if AJ sees Sauce. Not that I'm scared. Not that I don't think he can beat. Like he can't beat Sauce, but I do think that it's a Devonta Smith week. I think the Eagles smash. I think the Eagles defense. I don't like to pay up in DFS, but they could absolutely crush. So I'm all over the Eagles here.
All right, no problem. And the only reason Sauce is good is because he got to play Desmond Ridder in UC every week. So if you're going to play hometown Desmond Ridder, you're going to do nothing but get better. At the end of the day, we got the next game. We'll go through these next few a little quicker. We're running on late here. We got the Detroit Lions went up against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Is Mike Evans okay? Like that's kind of a determining factor for me. This game is all about health. Is Amon-Ra okay? Is Gibbs okay? Is Evans okay? All of the stars are hurt. So I'm very perplexed on what to do.
That's not true. Your boy David Montgomery is perfectly fine.
Well, he's the GOAT.
And Dan Campbell came out and said, like, Jameer Gibbs in preseason was coined as the positionless weapon, and now he has just been demoted to change of pace back. And David Montgomery is someone he says he can give it to 30 times every game.
And he's doing it.
And he is. And he's dead serious.
And they're winning.
I know.
He's so cool. I knew it. But I mean, outside of Monty, it's like if Evans doesn't play, Baker just stared down Chris Godwin like he was Justin Jefferson. And I know the Lions have a little bit of a banged up. CJ Gardner is still out, right? Like was he on IR or was he just missing a few games?
This may be shocking, but I don't really keep up with Lions defensive personnel.
Well, I'm just saying, if Godwin's getting hyper targeted and their top corners are both out, it could be a huge, huge Godwin week. But I don't know if he's going to be. I don't know. Evans had a hamstring and then a bye. So I know hamstrings are usually like 3 weeks. We're looking at 2. He's in a contract. There's a lot of moving pieces here to kind of sway which way I'm going. Right now, I say Evans plays. And if he plays, I think Evans could go nuclear this game.
I don't think I've ever rostered Mike Evans in my life.
You're missing out. He's been killing all year. He's going crazy.
I'm just going to play King Rashad.
No, why? Don't the Lions have a top 3 run defense?
Don't care. Rashad's awesome. He's awesome. He's a lock.
Well, he's not. For the love of God, do not start Rachaad White this week.
Yes.
I am begging you not to start Rachaad.
Play him this week. He's 5,500. He's one of the only people.
For a reason.
He's touched it at least 17 times every game.
Your point being when he ends up with 20 yards and no touchdown?
He's never done that. He's got a floor of 10.
This matchup, make sure you keep your eye on the injury report and don't start Rachaad White. Those are the key points here.
Guys, Rashad, if you want to win anything, Rashad White is going to be your late afternoon hammer, and you're going to win.
Oh God, we got the.
Here's your pick. You like the last 3 games, you haven't even given a pick.
I told you I don't have a pick because I don't know what to keep an eye on the injury report. Gun to my head, I'm going to take Bucks because they're hometown dogs. I love hometown dogs, but if Evans isn't in and Amon-Ra is, that's going to completely flip my thought process.
They have Rachaad White. They're fine.
So you're going Bucks?
No, but they have Rachaad White.
Through this game. Next game, we got the Cardinals going up against the Rams. Rams, 7-point home favorites.
Justifiably so.
Yeah, I know, but it's in division and weird things always happen. And I'm looking at the 7. Do the Cardinals cover? I don't think they win. Do they? They can't.
Oh, I can't talk about them. That something was actually weird. Like I had a plus 6,700 parlay last week. Every leg hit except the alternate Josh Dobbs passing yard one at over 200, and Hollywood Brown did this trying to catch a ball. And Dobbs, I don't know what he was doing in the plays before. Like he had a clear check down, 10 yards out, and could have hit him and didn't. But Hollywood was and something was weird, and I was devastated. It cost me 1,700. It was 20 to win 1,700. So would have been a huge hit for me. But that's how things roll. They suck.
Well, do you trust Hollywood this week? With Connor
What's
out?
That?
You trust Hollywood this week with Connor out?
I mean, he's always going to get volume. And they're always going to be down. So I'm more curious on what they're going to do with their running back situation. They had this guy I've never heard of last week that was like a bowling ball. Is Amari DiMarcado. I kept calling him the dermatologist last week when he was getting in. I'm like, what is this dermatologist guy doing?
They have that other guy coming off injury too, right? What was his name?
Keontae Ingram.
Keontae, yeah.
Brandon's cousin.
Oh, is it really?
No, I don't think so. But
oh God, I don't know. I'll take the Rams, but I think weird stuff could go on. And in regards to DFS, you no. Obviously, you can always start Cooper. You can't stop Kupp. He's unstoppable. He ran the same route 4 plays in a row, and Stafford just kept giving it to, and it's in slow motion. I don't understand it.
The guy hasn't played football in forever, and he just the first drive they just pepper, and Puka still crushed. I mean, these Rams, something is weird with these Rams. I don't get it. I really don't.
Puka still did well.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They have 2 dudes.
4. I don't know.
Yeah, I like the Rams to crush here, and Stafford's they don't run the ball at all. They just air it out, and for better or worse, they just do. They're gonna win though.
All right. Well, that's the end of the main slate. We go into Sunday night football. We have the New York Football Giants going up against the Bills. Bills 14-point favorites. This line was at 9 earlier. What did I miss? What happened? Who's out? Is Danny Dimes out? Or
Dimes, Waller, the whole offensive line, Wan'Dale Robinson, all of them.
Wan'Dale's out. Good, because we have 0 corners, we have 0 linebackers, and it doesn't matter. So, Bills by $1 billion. We also like to run up the score a little bit. We stop once we get 3 touchdowns up. That's when we stop. It's at 14, so gonna cover. At home, they're gonna be pissed off over the absolute screw job of last week. Listen, I'm not talking about the refs, even though they were horrid. I'm talking about the fact that it was a home game.
No, that wasn't a screw job. They had all of the walls with Buffalo.
Oh my god. They fucking and then there was controversy about the grass. They told us it was the wrong type of turf. We were, and then the crazy thing is they told us the wrong type of turf. We were not like prepared for that. And then we had two players break legs last week. Like because we're slipping and sliding everywhere because we don't have the right stuff. Like this, it was such BS.
I do think that I do think whoever like takes London games as their home games do get kind of screwed. I hate that.
There was just too much going on, and I can't believe another team was allowed to be there, get acclimated to the time, and then go ahead and play again back weeks.
But hold on, do the Bills still have 8 home games?
I don't know. We have a lot of TV games. I don't know how many of them are home. I have to look at it.
Like, because what I'm saying is, like, I can't imagine them get because you know how that's it used to be 8 and 8, but now obviously with the extra game, some teams have 9 home games versus some only have 8. I would think that whoever gets London home games is like 9 and still gets their 8 at home, but I could be wrong. That would be a
We
real
have 9.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, it's not like you're losing a home game on the league.
True. Okay. Well, way to talk me off a cliff, but we are so. Last year, it was our year. We got hurt. Shit happens. This year, it's happening all over again. So I hate the NFL. You get so excited, you see what they can do, and then it all comes crashing down. So, in regards to DFS, for if you're doing a showdown, they're so bad. God, the Giants are so bad. You can't even do anything on the other side.
I don't know.
You need to just stay away from this.
I'll have to look at it. Unfortunately, they make you roster one. You can't do 6-0, but I'll find some. I'll find a good little piece to.
You can play anyone you want, and they're going to score. I will say that Dalton Kincaid was in concussion protocol, and basically every player misses at least 1 week when you're in concussion protocol. So it could be a sneaky. If you want to save some money, you can play Knox, but he's also hurt. So
nice.
He's gonna play through it. I know he's gonna play through it, but he'll be cheap. That's what. Just screw that game. It's stupid. Bills by a billion. Call it the next day. We have the Monday Nighter. It's actually a fun one. I kind of like it. The Cowboys versus Chargers. It's a really good Monday night game. Oh, we got the Cowboys as 2-point road favorites. I don't know. Cowboys are docked. I think they're the team that beat up on the terrible teams and struggle with the good ones. But the Chargers are to never be trusted. Good news is the Chargers are the dogs and they're home dogs. So I'll go ahead.
Wait, did you just say the freaking Chargers are a dog?
Yeah.
They're a lock.
Yeah, Chargers are dogs. So I'm going to go ahead and side with the home dog as always. They're plus
Why
1.
in the world are they a dog?
Well, just like the Chiefs, the Cowboys get an automatic 1 to 2 point tax. That's why it's Cowboys -2.
You're not wrong, but
that's what it is.
The Cowboys not good. Dak is like if Dak plays any actual team, and not that the Chargers have an actual defense because they don't. He's just horrible.
Showdown.
I think their defense is overrated too. They have game record Micah Parsons who can take the game over at any time, and I don't think that he's overrated even though he's talked about. But Chargers are gonna put up points.
I think Chargers.
Herbert's getting better and better. He's the real deal. He's really good. So I can't imagine taking Dallas here. I think Chargers are kind of free money.
I wouldn't go there.
Eckler's back this week, right?
Huh?
Eckler's back this week?
Yeah. I wouldn't go as far as free money because they love to give away games. Like that is their MO. So they're never but they're dogs. So like what are you really giving up here? So
they have that putz of a head coach. That had Staley is
analytics, maybe.
Oh, but he's not. Like he makes the worst decisions in the league and he like thinks he's boy genius.
Yeah. He is.
Oh, and one thing I do want to talk about, he's gotten volume, but I think your boy Tony Pollard is not as good as you think he is. I think he's better as like a change of pace back.
No, I 100% agree. But like you said, there's only a few people that are just they're gonna get everything.
No, his volume is
Gonna be insane. That's all I care about. And honestly, his last 2 weeks,
you can care about it with him, but not my boy Joe Mixon or Josh Jacobs.
I was saying, okay. First of all, I flipped on the Jacobs, and I understood your point and agreed with you. Secondly, Joe Mixon, I don't like the matchup. I think Seattle's run defense.
You didn't like him last week either, and it was a great matchup.
Because I like Chase so much, I didn't want to do both. I wanted to do Chase, and Chase went crazy.
You love Chase that much, though, why didn't you play Burrow?
I know, and I told you I'm going to do it again, and it makes no sense. I don't try. It makes no, and because I let the personal bias hit me to where DFS and season long, and I sat Joe Burrow in season long, so I just went all in and just played Stafford everywhere. Like, it is what it is. Sometimes they directly correlate, but I don't know. Chargers should win. But they're not to be trusted. But that's week 6. I didn't feel good coming in. I feel a little better, but there's a lot of deception, a lot of disagreement this week. So one of us are going to have one hell of a week, and the other one's going to play Joe Mixon. So that's
and Rachaad White and Kyle Pitts, baby, all the way to the winner's circle, and my man Mingo getting in the box.
I like Mingo. I'll give you that. But hey, let's get rich, baby. Let's get it.